Oh boy, I gotta make an Xbox video. What a treat. What a treat. What is wrong with Xbox, you guys? It's so sad. 13 years ongoing. It is so sad to see the downfall of Xbox. They have had a legendary, once in a lifetime golden opportunity right now, and they're just letting it slip through their fingers. And I don't know how you fumble something this bad. So as you all know by now, Sony is ending the production of physical discs starting in January 2028. The internet is going crazy. There's a lot of pushback. There's a lot of bots in the comments of these videos saying that they're still supporting Sony and the digital future is the way to go and just get with the times. No way those are real people, because you guys watching this video, you're smart. You're smart people, and you understand the consequence of losing physical media. Now, Xbox, they're in such a good position, which you never could have imagined that they would have this opportunity ever again to strike back at Sony. It's funny, I was originally a PlayStation 2 gamer, and then I switched over to Xbox 360, and then of course, the Xbox One was announced. There was internet pushback on that, and the real change happened, and Sony came in swinging hard with their classic game sharing video, and just that presentation of them flaunting just sharing physical games and being able to resell them as this premium feature. Just totally trolling Xbox. It destroyed Xbox. They have not made the comeback ever. And now there's this situation right now with Sony ending the physical disc, and it's been over 3 weeks now of consistent pushback, and Xbox has not capitalized on this moment the way Sony did during the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One era. It absolutely just blows my mind, because right now, consoles have become pretty much they become so similar. The Xbox and the PlayStation, what the heck's the difference with them, right? It really comes down to exclusives, and there's just so much trust lost in Sony right now. And Xbox just has to do one thing in this past 3 weeks. All they have to do is announce that the next Xbox is going to support physical discs. I know it probably wasn't in the plan for them to do that, but this is their opportunity to do that, because that is going to create hype. And even if that only brings hype with like the collectors and the physical media collectors and all that, that hype is going to spread to just other people, where it's going to be like Xbox is the place to play, not PlayStation. And I think there could be mass migration to that. All they need to do is have exclusives, right? And they're starting some initiative on that. They have so many IP under their umbrella with these acquisitions that you just need some exclusives to give us a reason to go over to Xbox. And they're taking a step in that direction. They're not doing enough, if you ask me. They should be way more aggressive at that, but they could do that. And all the other piece of the puzzle is, whenever the PlayStation 6 announces their price, they just have to undercut the PlayStation, sell it a bit cheaper. That's what PS4 did with the Xbox One. Just undercut it. I do believe that in the future, when it comes to like Xbox and PlayStation with the casual market, they're going to be a lot of digital game sales. But that doesn't mean we should lose physical game sales. But all that is being said is they should subsidize the console, and they will make it up with the digital game sales. And if this next console does have Steam available on it, if they're able to get a percentage cut of digital games from Steam or Epic Game Store on this like PC hybrid, they should be able to subsidize it. Just undercut the PS6 by like $100 or whatever. Those are all that they really need to do. And what did they end up doing instead? It is impressive, if you ask me. They had the biggest outage, the biggest service outage compared to Sony. And within these 3 weeks of this very heavily topic of physical versus digital media and the dangers of the all-digital future, Xbox services are down for millions of users. Once again, this is the all-digital future that some have been glazing and industry have been trying to push for. And I know you guys glazing in the comments, you're bots, you're not real people. You watching it, you guys are smart. You guys are smart people. You understand. You understand what's wrong with losing physical media. But whether it's Xbox or PlayStation, no just no buy. And that's really what like this whole situation just brings to light. Like, Xbox could have capitalized on PlayStation's downfall right now, and instead they just give us this reminder that Xbox is the same as PlayStation. A lot of my videos lately have been about PlayStation and Sony have been in the titles, but it really all applies to Xbox too. Look at all these outages, account profiles, store and subscriptions, games and gamings, apps and mobile. It's crazy. Here's one from Spawnwave, good old Spawnwave right here. Xbox right now can't play downloaded games. Nope. So no backwards compatibility either. We need that, and it connects to the internet for that too. We need some services for that. So yeah, you buy these downloaded games, and like, how long was this going on for? Yeah, Microsoft apologized after Xbox network issues, which lasted over 20 hours, about 20 hours, which prevented thousands from accessing games. And there's gonna be people in the comments who are just like, "That's just what it's gonna be someday. That's just how it has to be. You're just gonna have to accept outages for. That's just the future of gaming. That's the price." CTO Scott Van Villet regarded it as an unacceptable situation. Yeah, you're darn right about that. Adding that they need to do better and try to explain the situation soon. Meanwhile, Sony is yet to make any statement on the massive global pushback against their draconian plan to end physical games in their 8-hour PSN crash. So their crash lasted 8 hours, if this guy is factually correct. No matter how much either side tries to sweet talk you, relying on digital only works at the detriment of players. Don't worry, that other side is mostly bots. In the comments of my videos, I know you guys are smart, right? You watching it right now. You're smart. You understand. You understand why it's important to keep physical media around. All those other people comment, they're bots. They're for sure Sony bots, right? No diss, no buy. And then we got another one from Pirate Nation. Microsoft has apologized after the outage lasting 20 hours long. This is pretty much saying the same thing. Microsoft confirms the issue was caused by a failure in one of Xbox's licensing services. Licensing, that's been a hot topic lately. Revocable licensing services. As a result, many players couldn't verify ownership of their digital games and were unable to play until the service was restored. It just blows my mind how Xbox just has this opportunity, the first in a long time, maybe their only opportunity, to slam dunk Sony. Just they have all the power to do it. It's been classic gaming for all the time. Exclusives, subsidize the console, and have physical games. They have the power to do all of that, and it's been over 3 weeks, and they haven't done it yet. And it's just obvious that they're also hoping that this situation blows over, because Project Helix is probably going to be an all digital console. It's probably not even going to be an Xbox. It's going to be a pre-built PC. And instead of capitalizing on that situation or changing plans to try to be competitive, I don't know what it is with Xbox and Sony just trying to capitalize and be the home of the ball and gun casual gamers. Like, why is there all this fight for the casual gamers? I guess it's just because that's where they make the most money. But I feel like casual gamers also just are sheep and follow the crowd, and they're going to pick up whatever like console's the hottest. And right now, all the noise is suggesting that PlayStation is not the hottest console. And even if you're a casual, I'm sure there's a lot of content out there, a lot of people out there talking about this situation, and probably a lot of people have heard the rumblings of just the PlayStation backlash, and that's just putting a bad name on them. But what's not happening is a praise of Xbox. And if Xbox did say they support digital game or physical discs, even if that's a small percentage of the business, let's say 10% or 5%, you're going to have a lot of people, creating the content and doing the advertisement for them that Xbox is the place to play. I started PS2, then went Xbox 360, then PS4 and PS5, and we're ripe to switch back to Xbox. And they're not capitalizing it. And it's clear that it's the greed. It's probably the same exact reason why Sony did. Just Sony went first, and they're the ones who announced, and they're taking the blow. But Xbox they're the exact same. They're in the same boat. They want to reap those same benefits that Sony does, and they haven't. It's been 3.5 weeks, and they haven't made their move, and it just blows my mind. Like, I don't know why Xbox just has not been able to do anything right. And I don't know, this battle for the casual gamers, I feel like the narrative has been that Nintendo has been the casual console. So, like, what is going on with that? You'd think that as the Switch 2 is stronger and cheaper, that the casuals are gonna, migrate towards the Nintendo Switch 2, right? They don't like to buy games. That's why they're on Game Pass, but that's also why they play free-to-play games. So why not just play your Fortnite on Nintendo Switch 2? Your ball and gun games. Call of Duty's coming to Nintendo Switch 2. The sports games are on Nintendo Switch 2. That's the first time in a long time. And just all the other just casual games that casual gamers like. I mean, Nintendo Switch 2, they're just sitting on the sidelines doing nothing, and they're winning. They're winning. They have won the console war, and it's just ridiculous watching Xbox and Sony just fight for rock bottom and see who can get there the fastest, or who can find a new layer below rock bottom. I don't know. What horrible timing for Xbox to have. This is probably one of the biggest outages Xbox has had in a long time. And just what better timing? And they are making it very easy to keep this conversation alive, right? Sony thought this was going to blow over, and they thought, what was it when they closed down Blue Point? They lasted like 5 days before it blew over, before they tweeted again, and just no one, there was no more pushback. People stopped caring. They were hoping the same thing was gonna happen with the physical disc. Of course, maybe it's gonna last longer. They probably assume that a lot of people don't have the attention span to last like more than 3 weeks. I have an attention span. I can last longer than 3 weeks. This is gonna be a very long war, a very long battle. But man, thank you Xbox for this situation to just continue to help our side of the battle, to help save physical media. And again, it's all about the balance. It's not really that digital is pure evil. We just need that balance. We need to maintain that status quo, maintain that balance, and maintain the options. And yeah, it's just incredible. As soon as I think Xbox is doing better, I think a little bit ago I made a couple videos uh saying that I had hope in Xbox again. And within the same week that hope was destroyed, and I had to make some revised videos talking about how they're a lost cause. And then you see this, you see them not capitalizing on PlayStation. You see this 20-hour outage at just the best time. And I don't know, it's pathetic. Most of these videos have been about PlayStation because Xbox is just, it's just so sad. And they had a chance. They had their one chance, and they did nothing with it. I don't know, guys. Let me know down in the comments, what do you think of this situation? And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.